cross-border conference on EU Cohesion Policy and cross-border cooperation in the Balkans, organized by the Bulgarian News Agency with the support of the European Commission. This is the sixth such conference. The previous ones were held in Bucharest and Ruse, followed by Edrine and Haskovo, Skopje and Kyustendil, Belgrade, and then Thessaloniki and Blagoevgrad. Today we have gathered in Belgrade and Vidin to explore the pivotal role of EU cohesion policy in fostering integration and development in regions along and near Bulgarian-Serbian border. We have an exciting and insightful program featuring prominent speakers and experts who will share their knowledge and experience. To begin, it's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Kirill Volchev, the General Director of Bulgarian News Agency, who will deliver the opening speech.
Good morning, dear guests, dear colleagues. Today's conversation in Belgrade is a part of the BTA's project Europe on the Balkans and Common Future, with which the National News Agency of Bulgaria, in partnership with the European Commission, presents the European cohesion policies for Bulgaria and its neighbors. Talks like this one in Belgrade have already taken place in Bucharest in Romania, Edirne in Turkey, Skopje in the Republic of North Macedonia, Thessaloniki in Greece, and Belgrade in Serbia. The choice of the European Commission, BTA, to organize this joint project on cohesion policies and the common future of the Balkans is right, because for 126 years, B in the name of the agency means not only Bulgarian, but also Balkan News, because Balkan News has been present in BTA since its first day on February 16, 1898. This successfully spread by BTA of information from the Balkans is a continuation of the policy of Bulgaria, which dedicated its first presidency of the Council of the European Union in 2018 to the enlargement of the Union to the Western Balkans, as well as the common European policy to promote the development of the regional cooperation through funding with cross-border cohesion funds. We are talking here one day after the Orthodox Ascension of the Lord, a celebration of our common in Bulgaria and Serbia Christian faith, which is the basis of the values on which Europe was founded. And these values are common to all people around the world because they are also found in their religions. On Ascension Orthodox, Bulgarians and Serbs celebrate the hope for the salvation of souls. And this salvation, according to our common belief, passes through the life of all people in peace. Salvation from wars and discord is in cooperation. And it begins with knowing what unites us today, not only what divides us yesterday, but without forgetting it so as not to repeat the old mistakes. Therefore, the common peaceful future of Serbia and Bulgaria depends on more and deeper information about the present day of the people in both countries, which can be provided in the following ways. First, support from both sides for Bulgarian language media in Serbia. They provide valuable information for the Bulgarian minority as a bridge for friendship between Bulgaria and Serbia. As a sign of such support, BTA organizes World Meeting of the Bulgarian media every year, and next week such a meeting will be opened in Odessa, in which area 150,000 Bulgarians live. Second, exchange of news between the national information agencies. Therefore, yesterday, we signed an agreement between BTA and Tačno, the Serbian news media company that operates as a news agency under the Tanjug brand, an agency with more than 80 years of history. BTA thus has news exchange arrangement with the national news agency of all countries neighboring on Bulgaria. Third, information from correspondents. Therefore, BTA plans to open a permanent correspondent office in Belgrade. This is a part of BTA's strategy to expand the network of permanent correspondence offices. There are such in Skopje, the Republic of North Macedonia, Bucharest, Romania, and Ankara, Turkey, and plans to add more in Athens, Greece. In Bosilegrad, Serbia, and Istanbul, Turkey, the agency also has correspondence stringers. The goal is for BTA's correspondents everywhere on the Balkans to have a national press club, which will be a media center for meetings and events. Over the past 3 years, BTA also has covered with special correspondents all significant events on the Balkans: elections, economic forums, culture and sports events, tourism opportunities. Fourth, common information projects. For example, BTA and Tanjug share news through the European Newsroom, a platform for cooperation between European news agencies, in which BTA has participated since its first day, and Tanjug is member also. Since 1973, BTA has announced Athlete of the Balkans, a ranking that it makes with the participation of the sports editorial offices of all Balkan news agencies, including Tanjug. 8 times the winner of the ranking, including last year, is the Serbian tennis player Novak Djokovic. Fifth, cooperation between news agencies in common international organizations. BTA and Tanjug are the only representatives of our respective countries in the European Alliance of News Agencies, EANA. In September 2022, BTA became the headquarters of the Association of Balkan News Agencies Southeast Europe, ABNA, in which 12 agencies participate. Yesterday, I invited Tanjug to join ABNA, and my colleague, the CEO of Tanjug, Mane Grčić, said that she accepted the invitation. In conclusion, for the common future of the Balkans in Europe, information connectivity is particularly important, for which information agencies have a great responsibility, because information is the basis of any understanding, and that is why BTA makes great efforts to provide more knowledge for Bulgaria's neighbors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Vulce, for setting the stage for our conference. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce Mrs. Plamena Halacheva, Deputy Head of Delegation of the European Union to the Republic of Serbia.
Dobro jutro svima, dobro jutro na всички. It's really a pleasure to be here today with you at this conference entitled Europe in the Balkans. Let me start by saying that I really like the title, because we very often remind our audience that to what extent the Balkans are an integral part of Europe. And I think that we don't talk enough how to bring more Europe in the Balkans. And of course, what a better way than to discuss cohesion funds. Territorial, socio-economic cohesion is a promise. It's a promise that all Europeans are equal. It's a commitment that all European regions can offer the same opportunities to European citizens, that all member states can thrive in prosperity of our single market, and that Europe acts in solidarity. These are actually the words of President von der Leyen at the Cohesion Forum, which took place last April. I believe that they're very much relevant for also our meeting today, and in particular for EU action and objectives in Serbia. The European Union cohesion policy is indeed a promise to reduce disparities between the development levels of various regions in Europe, and to contribute to the overall prosperity of our citizens. This policy is especially crucial for the European Union's less developed regions, and this is why it remains one of the European Union's key spending priorities. Almost 1/3 of the European Union budget is precisely dedicated to a cohesion policy. And this since the Single European Act of '86, so we're talking of basically 40 years of cohesion being one of the cornerstones of our primary law. Of course, a promise is only meaningful if it's fulfilled. And as we celebrate this year 20 years, the 20th anniversary since the 2004 enlargement, we do see a clear evidence of this promise in action. So over the last 2 decades, the GDP of the 10 member states which joined us in 2004 has risen from about 52% of the EU average to now nearly 80%, so really closing this, the gap with the rest of the European Union. Additionally, the unemployment rates in these 10 countries which joined us in 2004 has decreased from an average of 13% to just 4%. So this remarkable progress really illustrates that the European Union is delivering on promise. But of course, our efforts do not stop here. A key component of our policy is the European Union Interreg programs, which support territorial cohesion and cooperation at regional and local levels. These programs, their aim is to build solidarity, trust, and a sense of shared European Union identity across borders. There have been over 100 Interreg programs promoting the sustainable development of the European Union's border regions. Since 1990, more than 1/3 of EU citizens living in border regions have benefited from such programs. And by encouraging local authorities, stakeholders, and citizens to share resources, knowledge, and skills with neighboring countries and regions, these programs aim to enhance cohesion, overcome administrative barriers, celebrate shared culture and heritage, and transform mutual challenges into opportunities. Given the significant level of disparities between the development of Serbian regions, we firmly believe that Serbia and its citizens can really benefit from EU cohesion policy upon membership. Serbia will actually soon begin to manage pre-accession funds using methods which are very similar to those applied in EU cohesion policy, namely the operational programs, which are very similar to those implemented by EU member states. And of course, you can count on our support to further build Serbia's capacity needed to fully benefit from these opportunities. In this vein, allow me to highlight that in order to maximize the benefits of the future cohesion funds, but also to further benefit from the existing pre-accession funds, Serbia and the rest of the Western Balkans countries really need to adopt and implement policies aimed at retaining staff managing such programs. In line with the partnership principle, a comprehensive regional policy should recognize that not all the decisions can or should be made at the central level. Fostering local capabilities and potential is crucial now, and it will remain so even post-2027. Therefore, we would need to see further efforts towards regionalization, real fiscal autonomy, and providing subnational levels with adequate administrative resources and financial resources, which are really crucial for the effective public service delivery. Also, regional development agencies and local economic development offices need to be really fully empowered to play a more significant role in regional, as regional development actors. Implementing the partnership principle means creating an ecosystem where the public sector at all levels collaborates with non-state actors such as civil society, the banking sector, academia, and so on. And this ecosystem is really vital for regional development and convergence with the EU average, which requires, of course, building knowledge and trust among people and institutions. So I really would like to take this opportunity to wish Serbia and the rest of the Western Balkans and in general every Balkan region every success in this historic endeavor. You can continue to count on our support. And just allow me in this vein to recall that in April this year the Council and the European Parliament approved additional support for the regional socio-economic convergence with the European Union, namely the €6 billion growth plan for the Western Balkans, which aims to couple financial assistance with reforms with a view to accelerate the progress of the Western Balkan countries on the European Union path. You can continue to count on our support, and I wish you a very successful conference and many more to come. Thank you. Hvala.
Thank you, Mrs. Halachova, for your valuable perspective. And now we have Mr. Ivalo Kashkanov, Counsel for Political Affairs from the Bulgarian Embassy in Belgrade. The floor is yours.
Добър ден на всички. Добър ден свима. It's my pleasure to address you all today on behalf of the Embassy of the Republic of Bulgaria in Belgrade. First, I would like to start with one saying which we have, I mean both peoples, Bulgarian and Serbian, have, which says that neighbors are sometimes closer than relatives, which has a very deep meaning, that you can, if you have a good neighbor, you can always count on him to stand with you in harsh times. Today's topic is really one of great importance for both countries. I mean the trans-border cooperation, because I think that it's one of the most practical ways to actually bring people from both sides of the border together in a very, I would say, very visible way, because you see the results, well, not immediately, but you see them on the ground when a project is finished. The trans-border cooperation has been, between Bulgaria and Serbia, has been going on for 20 years now. It started in 2004, and thanks to our colleagues from the Ministry of Regional Development in Bulgaria, who have been so kind to provide us with concrete data, I can see that the numbers are really impressive. So for the period 2014-2020, we have 106 projects which have been completed with a total amount of 31,920,000 euro, which is, I can say, really impressive for the regions it covers. And these are the border regions in Serbia, namely that's Bor, Zajčar, Nišava, Toplica, Pirot, Jablonjica, Pčinja, and from the Bulgarian side, that is Vidin, Montana, Vratsa, Sofia, Pernik, and Kyustendil. Let me mention that the trans-border cooperation is all the more important because Those regions are unfortunately in both countries one of the least developed, and they face some really dire demographic problems. So in my opinion, the trans-border cooperation is one of the means to try to alleviate those problems and try to actually keep young people in their homes. And we have examples of really some tangible projects which have been completed in the last period, the last project period. Just to name a few, we have 2 adventure parks built in Vršac in Pirot. We have a multimedia presentation of the museums in Pirot, Čiprovci, Pravec, Leskovac. We have one sports center which has been reconstructed in the municipality of Blagoevgrad in Bulgaria. Just to name a few, I mean, the list is long. So for the next program period, 2021-2027, we have allocated, I mean, not we, but the European Union, of course, has allocated a budget of 38,116,000 euro, which will be distributed in 3 priority projects, centering on competitivity, on the integrated development of the border region, and creating a more sustainable border region. One thing which is worth mentioning is that now there is underway a strategic project to prepare the population in the trans-border regions to deal with crisis management and disasters, which is really important because we know in the past years we have seen an increase in forest fires. We have seen several instances of nature disasters. So it's very important to actually build the capacity of the local communities to deal with those kind of problems. I would not go too much into detail because we have people from municipalities who will probably touch more details upon all this. But let me stress that Bulgaria has always confirmed its readiness to stand by Serbia in its path towards the EU. And I think those kind of cooperation is really the best example of our will and our readiness to support Serbia, because as I mentioned in the beginning of my speech, people need to see the practical results of what the EU brings to them. I mean, we can talk a lot about funds, about policies, about stuff, but unless you see yourself that those EU policies contribute to your well-being on the ground, I think there's no use to talk much. It's only about action, which I would like to thank the people from the municipalities of both trans-border regions for actually doing their best to provide all this. И на краю хочу да се обратим нашим српским партнерima и пријателима и да кажем да нам je stalo da nastavimo zajedno ka boljoj budućnosti i budimo dobre komšije. To je jedini put da izgradimo našu zajedničku budućnost, delimo isti prostor, delimo mnogo toga što nam je zajedničko, tako da to je to. Budimo dobre komšije i sve će na kraju da bude sjajno. Hvala vam puno. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your sincere words. So now we will see a short video about the Interreg program Bulgaria-Serbia and the role of Pirot and Niš in our Bulgarian-Serbian relations.
България и Сърбия споделят граница с дължина 341 км. Споделят общи планини и реки, за които заедно трябва да полагат грижи. Споделят и общи проблеми на хората, живеещи в районите в близост до границата. Програмата на Европейския съюз Интеррег България-Сърбия цели преодоляване на тези проблеми, като стимулира трансграничното сътрудничество между институции и общности чрез финансиране на проекти в пограничните райони. Територията, която покрива програмата Интеррег, е 44 000 квадратни километра или 20,6% от територията на България и 24% от територията на Сърбия. Обхваща около 14% от населението на двете страни. В наши дни гражданите на двете държави имат възможност да преминат границата между България и Сърбия с личната си карта. Между двете страни има 5 гранично-пропускателни пункта. Пунктът Калотина градина е най-добре пригоден за международен трафик и през лятото често има колони от коли. Въпреки това, всяка събота много българи се отправят към сръбския град Пирот, само на около 90 км от София, за да си напазаруват от местния пазар сирене, колбаси, плодове и зеленчуци, или пък да хапнат от плескавиците и прочутите огромни мекици. Заради близостта на езиците общуването е лесно, а българите съчетават пазаруването и кулинарния туризъм с посещение на забележителностите в Пирот. В музея на конишавлието може да се видят изложени типичните пиротски килими. Експозицията е плод на съвместен проект с българския град Чипровци по програмата Интеррег България-Сърбия. Крепостта Момчиловград също се радва на подкрепа от програмата на ЕС. Само на още около 70 км на запад от Пирот е Ниш, третия по големина сръбски град. В него се намира клона на съвместния секретариат на Интеррег България-Сърбия. В Ниш туристите са посрещнати от сръбския писател Стеван Сремец и неговия герой Калчо, Нишката крепост и от цветните фонтани на площада Крал Милан. Тук са реализирани десетки проекти по програмата Интеррег България-Сърбия в различни сфери. Сферата на туризма, комуналните услуги, предоставянето на равни права и възможности, подобряването на заетостта, подобряването на училищната среда. Например, благодарение на проекта Инвестиция в здравето и просперитета на младежта в българо-сръбския регион беше обновен общият двор на 3 учебни заведения в Ниш, както и дворът на 2 училища в българския град Перник. Още примери за успех в програмата Интеррег България-Сърбия ще представим по време на трансграничната конференция Европа на Балканите – общо бъдеще, която се провежда в Белград и Видин.
Head of the Division of Cross-Border and Transnational Cooperation Program with the EU Ministry of Serbia.
Okay, yes. But thank you very much, and it's a really great pleasure for me to be here. And just remind me why I am still in public administration working on this kind of job. Actually, I'm coming from Ministry of European Integration and from the Department for Territorial Cooperation Programs. And all territorial cooperation programs implemented in Serbia are co-financed by European Union budget. Many things that I wanted to say here have already been said by previous speakers, and thank you for that. I just want to remind you that, again, that we have 20 years long cooperation within this framework, of support of from European Union budget. So we started, oh, sorry, just Can you? Okay, just the first. We started, and this, well, you already mentioned our territory. This is beautiful territory. This is beautiful region. And when you see it, although there are two colors, blue and green, this region is very similar. And we have almost similar historical background. And also, what is advantage of our program is that language barriers don't exist. We can understand each other when we sit on za jedna masa. I'm personally, I started to work on neighborhood programs at that time, 20 years ago, just after I returned from my maternity leave. So actually, I just leave home 2 babies with my husband, and then started to grow up some other things. So can you? So we started 20 years. Thank you. We started 20 years ago, and at that time, after the Thessaloniki summit, part of European support to external countries it was decided to be dedicated also to territorial cooperation. So at that time, also Bulgaria was in the last steps towards European Union membership. So at Serbian side, it was Kards funds, and Bulgarian side, it was FARE funds. I didn't find how much money was from FARE funds, but from Kards funds, it was 4 million euros, but we implemented 49 joint projects at that time. These were the first steps. Everybody have to learn how to implement a project with cross-border impact. First, how to recognize what is cross-border impact. And in this period, some old relationships were re-established and some new were established. And then we came to IPA period, IPA for Serbia, and membership period for Bulgaria. And IPA is instrument for pre-accession assistance. And this brings something very new in a matter that we just first time heard about one pot of money. What means one pot of money? Previously, we have some joint projects, but actually every partner have their own contract with the representation of European Union in their country. So our beneficiaries from Serbia to implement the project, they received money, but they have contracts with the European Agency for Reconstruction, which were located on this very place where this hotel is now. So 20 years ago, we started from this place. So then we, after 2007, people in Serbian administration, including me, we are tasked to work on to enable conditions for programs to be implemented. So one pot of money required to be established some special services, to change some legislation like VAT legislation, like many layers of activities needs to be done to enable projects to be implemented. And then when we think about what is the best achievement of this period, it's not about money, it's not about number of projects, although we implemented 154 projects at that time, common projects, in different, also some reconstructions, and first works projects were implemented during this period. It's about changing attitude towards cooperation, towards European Union of the people living in this region. So actually the highest support to European Union in Serbia was during this period. So this opened some new doors. And then 2014, 2020, I just want to add what was previously said. Yes, 106 projects. This is my favorite period because we have one very special, specific objective in this project. It's dedicated to youth, to support youth, which also it's very important because this region is depopulated and also aging region, and in both countries. And then program recognized that we need to support youth in different ways. So we organized during this period. There are several projects which was provide trainings and education and bring people together, exchange their experience, which is an enormous achievement, and it's not closed yet. Projects are completed, and now we are monitor the sustainability of the activities of this period. Now we are in. I just want to also add two examples of good projects. City of Pirot and Municipality of Montana. This is also traditional partnership, although Montana is north and Pirot is on south, but they implemented together very valuable and very good projects. And also this is for tourism development and support to tourism development. And another example is support to youth. It's development of diagnostic centers for, in partnership of Sport Association of Knjaževac and Vidin municipality. So this is Kale and Momčilovgrad in Pirot, and also Christian Basilica Castra in Montana. This is for youth, and this is very important because of health. And now we are we started several years ago new financial perspective, new Interreg 6A IPA Bulgaria-Serbia cross-border program 2021-2027. We have three policy objectives which were selected from the menu that European Union provide. And first is competitive border region, and this policy objective is very challenging. Why? And also gives a great opportunities. First time we are giving direct support to small and medium enterprises. And in this moment, Ministry for Regional Development and Ministry for European Integration in Serbia and in Bulgaria working together to develop application package, also documents necessary for publishing a public call that small and medium enterprises can apply for funds for their activities. And for me, it is important because on all other Interreg programs that Serbia participates, small and medium enterprises are not eligible. So this is first time that we are giving money, not we actually, program gives money to profit-making institutions. Great opportunity. We are seeing as a great opportunity, but now we have to define very carefully all the package just to enable them to apply, to implement activities, and to be able to verify all costs. Oh, sorry. The second policy objective is regarding territorial strategy. This is policy objective which is related to Europe closer to citizen European goal. And within policy objective, it is selected because according to territorial analysis, it is recognized that support to tourism development is the most important thing for the territory. And within this policy objective, we also both countries made a territorial strategy which is which applies on the whole territory of the program. And this is challenge number 2 because this is also something new which were never before implemented. And the most, not complicated but most challenging thing, this is bottom-up approach, because people from the region have to define their needs and define common projects, and what is much more important, this project should be much more integrated than we have it before. So today, there is a meeting between meeting of monitoring committee of the program, the highest, the decision-making body in the program, which will, they need to, today we are expecting that today will be, that today they will decide to publish a call for second phase for project for development of projects in tourism in territorial strategy. So we are expecting that first contracts will be signed by end of this year. And there is a third priority, more resilient border region. The whole amount of money under this priority is dedicated to just one strategic project. This strategic project is already contracted, and it is on risk prevention, resilience, and it's dedicated to education also, and because Bulgarian Academy is also involved as a partner, ministries of interior in both countries, and to protect this region against fires, mostly. This is actually the financial allocations per priority and total. EU contribution is 85%, so own contribution in Bulgaria, in Serbia, and national contribution in Bulgaria needs to be 15%. And yes, that's what I wanted to say, and thank you very much. And also, we are also neighbors, so we are very close, our offices are very close, so yes, we are partners to the Ministry of Regional Development in Bulgaria, so if you need anything, I can invite you to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mrs. Ashkovic, for your detailed and interesting presentation. Our next speaker is Zoran Markovic, Service Sector Coordinator at the Regional Chamber of Economy of Niš. He will introduce the Chamber's role as a lead partner in Bulgaria-Serbia cross-border cooperation projects. Please.
I also have presentations which you can. Aha, okay, perfect. Thank you. Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear organizers, thank you for having me today. It is my real great pleasure. And let me start this quick and short presentation by sending you the greetings from our director, Mr. Alexander Milicevic, who unfortunately, due to previously taken obligation and schedules, would not attend this conference today, unfortunately. You may or may not know that he was on the position of special economic advisors for in Serbian embassy in Sofia for 6 years prior to this engagement in our regional chamber. So he is definitely a person to whom you can count and you can address whenever you need for any contact, since both of us are now together in the same institution, cooperate with Bulgarian partners for many decades now. I will not say years, but decades. So I will just present you a quick, some different perspective, since we implemented what we heard so far, these European programs and Bulgarian programs jointly in Serbia. As a economic chamber, as you know, we are independent association of businesses, of entrepreneurs. We present their interest. So in the beginning, it was a bit challenging how to fit in this first calls for proposal, which are tailored from European Interrego, in previously CBC, some project. We, as a now Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Serbia, working in some horizontal structure through 16 regional chambers. We are one of them, regional chambers of Niš. We are covering 3 districts, Pirot district, Nišava district, and Toplica district. So through the Pirot district border, we are bordering with Bulgaria. Bulgaria is our window to the European Union, to the world. This is the only border which we have in our region. So definitely it's the first place where we look for cooperation with not only Bulgaria, but also European Union countries. In Serbia, figures are, since I'm from the chamber, I will just present you this business perspective. In Serbia, for the moment, we have around 100,000 active registered companies, but in the region of Niš, we have 4,500. So you see the percentage is not that great, it's below 5% through the number of companies, so we do not have some big data, but anyhow, in the end of the presentation, I will use this number to explain the point which I want to achieve. Basically, from the project perspective, we started somewhere in 2004, 2005. Our first project experience was not with Bulgarians, since in that time we still didn't have cross-border cooperation programs. We started using the one call for proposal coming from Eurochambers Association. It was a twinning call where they wanted to join Balkan and especially Serbian chambers with chambers from Western and European Union countries. And we used that opportunity to cooperate with former special agency from Milan Chamber of Commerce. And in that time we formed Center for Female Entrepreneurship. So you see, 20 years ago we had Center for Female Entrepreneurship as the official structure within the chamber. So we started to work with women entrepreneurs even from that time. And then, like Chris just mentioned in previous presentation, after 2006, we, for the first time, started to prepare and to cooperate within CBC programs with Bulgaria. What are our goals? Like the goals from the whole project, we want to improve the life of the citizen living in that area, but from the company perspective, so by supporting, promoting, and developing businesses in the cross-border region when we work. We also want to support companies. So like we said, only now we will have direct support from the program to small and medium enterprises, but we try to find a way how to support businesses even in that time, and I will present you just in a couple of seconds how we did it. And also beside these CBC programs, we also participate in many different European programs, and we cooperated also with other countries. But since Bulgaria is our neighborhood country, we firstly look, of course, in that direction. So I will just mention a couple of projects. For the moment, when we received the call from Sofia, and when I spoke with my director, I said it will be easier for me if you gave me two hours to speak about the projects we did in the past. So it was really challenging for me to put it only in 10 minutes. So basically, we just mentioned a couple of projects from different calls for project proposals. We started in this first one with 2 successful projects. One of the first, like also Chris said, I wanted to work with youth, so we developed one project. We call it, and the acronym for the project was Young to Young. We want to prepare some platform for cooperation between youth from Serbia and Bulgaria. I will speak you again a bit more in later period. Then, like I said, when we opened this Center for Women Entrepreneurship, we want to transfer our experience to other neighborhood chambers, from Zaječar and Leskovac from Serbian side, and also for Pernik and Vratsa from Bulgarian side. So in that project, we open also centers for women entrepreneurship in these 4 chambers. Also, one of the, for us, very important projects was in the next program, or no, in the third program, third call for proposal, in third assistance, I already forgot it. So in the period in 2013-2014, we opened joint Bulgarian-Serbian Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and this Chamber of Commerce and Industry is also active now. So after 10 years, You still have our partners in Sofia and our partners in Pirot who are behind this chamber, who are working it, and they receive the calls from companies from both sides to help them make some cooperation among them. So here I will just present you a couple of pictures. So you see this is the graphic presentation of this first project, Young to Young. These are the real colors, the real mixture we want to achieve between Bulgaria and Serbia. So you see, you have from this side Serbian flag, from this side Bulgarian flag, and that's what we use to attract young people to come to the chambers. Many business people do not know what is the role of the chamber. So just imagine young people, they do not know anything. We use that opportunity knowing that they will some of them will have their businesses in the future. So we use that opportunity to organize through the project Young to Young couple of conferences between young from Bulgaria and Serbia to present them joint European ways and European values, but also to give them the trainings for entrepreneurship and the role of the chamber and how we can support them in the future. And what is very interesting for us, I will just present you some of the pictures. Many of these young people today find me and said, I met you 10 years ago when I was a student, and now I have the company. Thank you for your help. It was not great help, but anyhow, I think we definitely achieved the goals of the cross-border programs because many of these youngs are now successful entrepreneurs. Also, two direct results from this project. When we finish it, I received the proposal to take one Bulgarian student to be on some kind of practice in our chamber. He was for the 3 months in our chamber, and he successfully organized business-to-business meetings between Bulgarian and Serbian entrepreneurs in our chamber when more than 50 companies attended. So it was a young person without any previous experiences, still studying, and that was really good cooperation. And that was what I also want to point out, that in that time, think a bit out of the box, and although we need to support the companies, we use the program to support the young who will become afterwards entrepreneurs and present their role in the future organization. This is the picture from one of the projects I mentioned. It was the formation of establishment of Bulgarian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We organized one very successful economic business forum with our partners from Bulgaria in Sofia, and afterwards we also organized meetings, B2B meetings between Serbian and Bulgarian companies. So that was a really good opportunity when we developed further cooperation between Bulgarian and Serbian companies. So, some figures for the end. So within these 2 decades, like previous speakers also said, we are already 2 decades among these programs. We involved more than 500 companies in direct activities. Only us, not to mention chambers from Leskovac, from Zaječar, other participants who use the funds. So we provide a help for them, and definitely promote joint cooperation between Serbian and Bulgarian companies. More than 2,000 employees also participated in different projects and programs which were related to capacity building, network meetings, some mentoring and coaching activities, etc., etc. But I will finish with this. Maybe, from my point of view, since I'm in the chamber, these are not the figures which made us satisfied and happy. So you see, as I mentioned, for our niche region, Bulgaria is the only European country we are bordering with. Unfortunately, for foreign trade exchange, Bulgaria as a country is only on the 15th place in 2033. So you see these couple of figures, it's more or less very steady. So foreign trade exchange with Bulgaria, only for our region, so not for Serbian region, but only for our region, is on the level between 50 or 60 million per year in more or less all decades. These figures are the same, so we need to increase these figures. This is our main task and main goal. This is why we will cooperate and we use these funds. But unfortunately, our activities, and it's not reflected in these figures, so definitely for the future, especially taking into account better infrastructure, which both Bulgaria and Serbia achieved in last years, we will still provide a lot of services and a lot of help to our companies and try to increase our level of cooperation between Serbian and Bulgarian companies. So that was me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Markovic, for your vivid and insightful presentation. Now we will watch a short video on a program about prevention of stimulating of a birth rate in the both regions near the border of Bulgaria and Serbia.
Projekat sprečavanja demografskog kolapsa u prekograničnom regionu predstavlja niz aktivnosti osmišljenih da se poveća natalitet i spreči demografski slom u prekograničnom regionu, kao i motivišu mladi ljudi i doktori iz prekograničnog regiona da usvojaju nove znanja i veštine. Nabavljena je savremena medicinska oprema i namještaj za medicinske svrhe već su smešteni u bolnicama u Pirotu i Taniji. Održano je 9 objaka na temu zdravlja i zaštite zdravlja ljudi i njihove dece. Održane su 2 prekogranična foruma, jedan u Pirotu i jedan u Taniji. Održane su obuke za mlade doktore iz oblasti ginekologije, pedijatrije, radiologije i anestezijologije na savremenoj opremi u bolnici u Taniji. S obzirom na to da natalitet iz godine u godinu napada kako u Srbiji, tako i u Bugarskoj, kao i činjenica da se mladi sve teže odlučuju da sklapaju brakove i formiraju svoje porodice, došli smo na ideju za realizaciju ovog projekta. Također, mladima u prekograničnom regionu su neophodne informacije o planiranju porodice, o zaštiti svog zdravlja svoje dece, a mladim doktorima iz prekograničnog regiona potrebno je osnaživanje i motivisanje kao i dodatna obuka kako bi mogli da samostalno započnu svoj posao. Ideja da se bavimo obukom mladih ljudi i mladih profesionalaca u prekograničnom regionu proistekla iz činjenice da mladi u prekograničnom regionu nemaju dovoljno saznanja o pitanjima zdravlja, planiranja porodice, brige o svoje deci, te smo na ovaj način motivisali, obučili i pružili im neophodna znanja i veštine kako bi mogli da brinu o sebi, o svom zdravlju, zdravlju svoje dece i u svoje zdrave stilove života. Također, mladim doktorima je neophodan bio podstrek da započnu svoje poslove zbog činjenice da je sve teže zaposliti se u državnim bolnicama, te su na ovaj način stekli nove znanje i veštine kako bi mogli da oslušaju svoj rad. Nabavkom nove savremene medicinske opreme i namještaja za medicinske svrhe koji su smešteni u bolnicama u Pirotu i Taniji, mnogome je povećan kvalitet pružanja medicinskih usluga i to pre svega trudnicama, porodiljama, majkama i deci. Na ovaj način je čitav okrug Pirotski i okrug Dana dobio jedan novi smisao, nove mogućnosti za lečenje, te to dovodi do toga da sada naši pacijenti osjećaju mnogo bezbednije, a da su doktori mnogo zadovoljni na svom radu.
Oprema je više značajna kako za nas medicinsko osoblje, tako i za naše korisnike, odnosno decu i rodilje. Oprema isti u pravo vreme. Znači, zahvaljujući toj opremi koja je savremena, nama se olakšao rad, zdravstveni radnici sigurnije, a naravno da su naši korisnici sigurni kad vide takvu opremu i takav profesionalni rad lekara izgovor su.
Što se tiče obuka za mlade ljude, Centar za socijalnu svakako godinama za nastav projekt samostalno suradnicu za mlade ljude sa održanom veliku zainteresovanost za obuka, s obzirom na to da oni nemaju prilike da čuju ovakve prođu ovakve obuka. Što se tiče medicinskog u planu i grad Tane godišnju saradnju, planu je da i dalje doktori iz pilotske bolnice i iz bolnice sarađuju, žaluju davanja zajedničkog obuka na ovoj savremenoj opremi.
Next we will watch a Vox Populi video from Niš and Pirot and we'll hear what people know and think about the opportunities that EU projects and cross-border cooperation provide.
Questa проекти на университета Erasmus програма за кои заключава студенти на университети различни университети и организацијама. Сигурно сте веројатно и проекти на ниво заедница, командување, одржавни али и сме
Не мешно ништо томе.
Pre svega pošto urbanizam, rad stoji manje novčanih sredstava, prvenstveno potreba uvojiti ali više od toga može građanke dobiti kompetencije ljudi visoko obrazovanje, znanje naših naslima, novčanih dobiti naučno-tehnološke organizacije.
To već. Sve što radimo sam, bez ničije pomoći. Moguće, ja uopšte nisam učila programe, kakve programe ništa ne znam. Možda stvarno ništa ne znam, neki projekat ne znam, možda ne znam, neku reklamu, možda neku mašinu.
Svaki razvoj susednih zemalja omogućuje razvoj pozitivnih utjecaja na komšije.
Pa verovatno bi moglo da Bugarska je u Evropskoj uniji, tako da mogli bi možda preko njih nešto da dobijemo neku pomoć, ali pa moglo bi verovatno i to, preko turizma, da.
Dolazili su nam ovdje ljudi iz Bugarske, pa su nas htjeli tamo da idemo da radimo. Super mečno, stalno turisti. Ja čak razmišljam Google Mape da namestim neku aplikaciju sa slikama, da bi bilo pristupačnije turistima.
I ovo što radimo imamo lepo samo subotom i nedeljom.
Dosta dece dođe iz
Bugarske i to je to. Baš smo gostoprimljivi, imamo lepe kafane, znači može dobro da se pojede, može normalno da se živi. Nemamo puno para, ali znači sve što imamo možemo da ponudimo. I možda bi to bilo dobro da dođe do neke saradnje. Mi imamo lep odnos s Bugarima i oni sa nama, ali sem eto te komunikacije da zaradimo nešto, oni da dobro pojedu u našem gradu, naše kafane su gostoprimljive, obostrani je interes, kako da vam kažem, i kod nas i kod njih, eto to je moje.
A imate li vi u planu šta bi mogla ta Evropska unija da ponudi ovom gradiću Kaleu, šta su, tamo ima oni koji su i prekograničnu saradnju, koji su doprineli dosta što se ovo uradilo ovdje.
I would like to thank to our speakers from the Serbian side of the border, and we are eager to hear what the experts on the EU Cohesion Policy from the Bulgarian side of the border will share with us. And we will hear and see the Vox Populi video from the Bulgarian side.
Сещам, което смятам, че е само говори за себе си, но трансграничен е толкова популярна дума при нас, толкова хора се възползват от нея, за съжаление, по мое мнение, за да правят проекти, които са с много временно значение, които не оставят трайна следа и които просто наистина минават и заминават. Може би за няколко младежки от мен Еразъм ще сещам.
Аз също не се сещам за конкретно нещо, но пък имаме много допирателни с тях, по които биха могли да се оползотворят европейски средства по подобен проект. И тук също се допираме на фактора кой как ще го изготви и как ще го направи.
Аз също не съм много компетентна по този въпрос, тъй като, както момичетата казаха, явно щом не достига до нас, това нещо обяснява нещата. И много се надявам да стане така, че наистина да се говори за това и всички да са наясно с това, което се случва между двете страни.
Проектите, които биха ни били полезни и наша полза, са в сферата на културно-историческо наследство, опазване, популяризиране, съхраняване. Тези, които ще ни помогнат да го дигитализираме, да го реновираме и да го социализираме.
По много начини, според мен, и пак се връщам на първия въпрос, на който отговорих, че ние имаме много общо. Като култура, като начин на живот, като поведение, ако щете. И смятам, че биха могли да се оползотворят точно в тези сфери, които ни доближават. Тях към нас и нас към тях. Например, ако щете, вземете кулинарните симпатии, представете някакви големи, богати фестивали, културни, кулинарни, на изкуствата. Винаги си представям нещо много позитивно и нещо много събирателно на двете култури, които всъщност време са еднакви.
Категорично туризъм и култура. Аз знам за разработени маршрути, не конкретни, но знам, че има разработени маршрути, път на виното и други, но популяризацията им винаги е проблем. Наистина тези маршрути не достигат до много хора, не се предлагат от агенции от двете страни, така че някакси тук видинчани индивидуално пътуват до Сърбия и то прекалено често. Но наистина голям фестивал, в който техни производители да имат възможност да представят продукцията си във Видин, например. Техния ноу-хау за това как възстановиха много от историческите си крепости, според мен също би бил полезен. Театрални фестивали, тъй като поне аз съм присъствала на техни театрални фестивали там. Мисля, че също е нещо, което би могло да се развие тук и заради разбирането, заради близкия език. Но да, културите ни са близки, ние харесваме тяхната храна, тяхната музика, така че има много на къде наистина полезно да се използват тези средства.
Ние сме един изключително красив град. Сега това, което се е случило в рамките на предишните програми, е било да се работи в посока да бъде популяризиран като туристическа дестинация. Надявам се за бъдеще отново да имаме тая възможност да продължим, защото какво е да финансираш една идея, ако не се покрижи след това тя да бъде устойчива за бъдеще, както и да се финансира, разбира се, разширяването. Много събития се създадоха и ако се дори възможност за една устойчиво финансиране за бъдеще, те ще продължат да се осъществяват и да се работи за повече популяризиране на обектите ни, реновирането и откриване на нови такива, защото имаме въпроса да има възможност да го направим.
Good day from the National Press Club of the Bulgarian News Agency in Vidin. During the second part of our meeting, after the interesting presentation from Belgrade, we will cross the border, but we shall stay on the banks of the Danube River. I'd like to welcome here Mrs. Desislava Todorova, Deputy Mayor of the Vidin municipality, Mr. Tihomir Alexiev from the municipality of Belgrade-Vidin, Mrs. Karasina Radomirska, expert responsible for the programs and projects in the Choprene municipality, Mrs. Mariela Savkova, head of the Regional Information Center, Mrs. Ralica Slavcheva from Fund Chitalište Vidin, and Mrs. Sabrina Kalachova, Manager of Europe Direct Vidin. The Transborder Conference Belgrade-Vidin continues. My name is Peter Kadrev, and I have the honor to be moderator of its second part. During the following minutes, we will hear about the benefits of the cross-border cooperation program Bulgaria-Serbia for the region of northwestern Bulgaria. Maybe about the problems that our guests have met and about their ideas for the new programming period. Allow me to give the floor to Mrs. Desislava Todorova, Deputy Mayor of the Vidin municipality. Please, Mrs. Todorova.
Thank you very much. First, I would like to congratulate Bulgarian Telegraph Agency on the European in Balkans initiative because it provides an opportunity for local communities to present their views on the benefits and challenges of Bulgarians' membership in the European Union. The influence of Europe in our city can be seen everywhere, both in the improved material infrastructure and in the European cultural presence that we have built up over the years with our European partners and European institutions. Here are some of them. The first and extremely important thing for a city like Vidin is the economic impact, which is measured by the attractive grants, European funds from the development of municipal, urban, educational, touristic, and ecological infrastructure, as well as by the partnership built to make our city even more connected, more beautiful, and attractive to the citizens and guests of the city. In the period 2014-2020, the Vidin municipality implemented projects under the operational program for over 44 million euro. Some of the most important projects are mere reconstruction of the center pedestrian zone of the Vidin city, improving the state of the educational infrastructure in the city of Vidin, including the profiled science and mathematics high school Exarhantim I and Tsar Simon the Great High School in the city of Vidin. Restoration and adaptation of the synagogue Vidin into a touristic facility, Zhupaskin Cultural Center. Construction of a wastewater treatment plant Vidin, introduction of energy efficiency measures in multi-dwelling residential building on the territory of the city of Vidin, construction of social housing in the city of Vidin, under which 37 social housing units were built, improving of the quality of atmosphere air in the Vidin municipality, under which were replaced appliances using wood and coals and with alternative environmentally friendly heating sources in almost 4,000 householders. There are also some projects that we implemented in the field of social policy, including employment provision. The European appearance of our city can be seen not only from the implemented infrastructural project, but also from the rich cultural program accompanied by the organization and holding of various events from the residents and guests of the Vidin municipality. Equally important is regional cooperation for our city, which is supported by various European organizations by cooperating with European partners and European networks of local authorities and citizens. We make the city of Vidin better represented and visible in the European institutions. During the 2014-2020 program period, together with our partners from the cross-border region, we implemented the project steps co-financed by the European Union through the Border Cooperation Program, Interreg IPA CBC Bulgaria Serbia 2014-2022. We aimed to improve the quality of touristic products and services in the cross-border region and to develop new ones by increasing qualification and stimulating entrepreneurship among young people with the implementation of the project. Beneficiary of the project was Cultural Center Bratstvo Kyustendil in partnership with Vidin Municipality and Punishavle Citizens Association, Pirot, Serbia. In the currently active program period, the Vidin municipality submitted a concept for a project proposal under the territorial strategy of the program Interact 6A IPA Bulgaria-Serbia 2021-2027 related to the development of the tourism in the region of Vidin and Zajcer. The goal set in the Timok-Danube cycling concept is to expand the tourist connection and recognition of the cross-border region, which includes the both region from Bulgarian and Serbian side. The municipality is working together in partnership with municipality of Kняževac and two non-governmental organizations from the both sides, and the project is about almost 1 million euro. We are expecting the project to be implemented soon. In order to attract initiatives for economic development and technological advancement of the cross-border region, we are in the process of establishing a European group for territorial cooperation, Middle Danube, with headquarters in Craiova, Romania. Among the co-founders are representatives of various organizations and institutions from the Serbian side as well. AGTC is another opportunity to implement joint projects, to exchange expertise and to improve coordination in the field of the territorial planning. I just forgot one more very important and successful project under the last project period. It's infrastructure project that we implemented together with our partners from Kняževac. It is development of the diagnostic center for orthopedic disorders in school-age children in Serbia and Bulgaria, which is focused on the youngsters' health and was really very useful and very important. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Mrs. Todorova. We heard the Deputy Mayor of the city of Vidin. Now let's travel with the help of a short video to the town of Kula, where in 2015, under a cross-border project, was created a museum of ethnology that has helped the local municipality to expand its tourist offers.
С етнографски музей в Кула, изграден по трансграничен проект, разширяват туристическото предлагане. Етнографската къща е изградена по проект Етническо наследство в наше време, финансиран от Програмата за трансгранично сътрудничество България-Сърбия 2007-2013 година, с партньори Община Кула и Община Болевац. За целта е закупена къща с историческа и културна стойност, принадлежала на един от кметовете на Кула в края на 19 век, Кънчо Йончов. Сградата е преустроена, за да отговаря на всички изисквания.
С гордост мога да ви представя един от най-забележителните обекти в етнографската къща в град. Идейният проект идва още от времето 2009-2010 година от господин Дичев, който е инициатора на самата етнографска сбирка, на самите артикули, които са събрани тук. По-късен етап вече става изпълнението на идейния проект, става вече и факт. Кандидатстваме по трансгранично сътрудничество с партньори Община Болевац. И в Община Болевац се изграждат две гледални къщи, етнографски къщи така наречените, и центрове за туристическо учение и за посещаване на групи, за да запознаят и да популяризираме етнографското наследство на Поле и Община Болевац. Общия проект, сумата на общия проект е малко над 400 хиляди, който изключва изграждането на два типа къщи, градски тип и от селски тип, в които са разположени от бита и култура, градски и селски тип, и също имаме една плевния или тълкана, така наречена в нашия край, в която са събрани много оръдия на труда от най-стария, може би от 17 век.
След откриването на етнографската къща като туристически обект в нашия град, определено мога да кажа, че се засили интересът и посещаемостта на различните туристически обекти, които не са толкова много в нашия град и община. Определено имаше голям интерес от децата и младежите, тъй като в етнографската експозиция са представени различни предмети, които са доста далеч от съвременните деца и младежи. Затова с интерес слушаха беседите и разглеждаха и националните костюми от 19 век в Кулска община. Така беше много интересно да седнат, да докоснат станът, който и до днешен може да тече, да видят различните предмети, готварски съдове, различните прибори, различните оръдия на труда, които са използвани от техните баби, дядовци, прадядовци. Имаше интереси от външни посетители и туристи. Спокойно мога да кажа, че през годините сме посрещнали средно по 1000 и някой път повече или по-малко. Различно е. Различните години туристи, които са разгледали етнографската къща, крепостта Кастър Маркис, музейната сбирка, църквата, която също е уникална в нашия град. Така че наистина е придобивка, която мога да кажа, че допринася значително за развитието на туризма, и така си пожелавам в бъдеще още много млади хора, още много деца, още много външни туристи, защо не и чуждестранни, да посетят нашия град и да се радват на това, което можем да им покажем, а то наистина е достатъчно.
Едно от местата, в които е съхранена историята на град Кула, е нашата сбирка, етнографска сбирка, изградена, събрани старинни неща в стара градска къща. Сбирката съхранява не само бита на хората от нашия край, а и духа на живот. От оръдията на труда можем да разберем как нашите предци са оцелявали в трудните времена, а от представените носи да видим сръчността и майсторството на булченката, изработила на газена лампа кленарените ризи, тънките платна, пъстрите черги. Така че тази сбирка свърза всеки кулчанин с нашите корени. Тя позволява да запознаваме младото поколение с живота на предците ни.
По проекта е издаден и алманах Кула, бити и традиции, в който са представени етнографските аспекти в развитието на града.
Now, after the town of Kula, we will proceed to the Belgrade-Vidin municipality. Mr. Tihomir Alexiev, consultant in the field of tourism, will tell us about the experience of the municipality in the development and implementation of projects under the cross-border program and about the cooperation with partners in Serbia. Please, Mr. Alexiev.
Thank you for this opportunity to share our experience and our future plans also. So the municipality of Belgrade has implemented one project under the Bulgarian-Serbian cross-border cooperation program for the past program periods as a leading partner. Our partners in Serbia site is the municipality of Vratsa in this project. The project is aimed to improving the tourist production offered by two municipalities. Other institutions from Belgrade are partners in different projects. So the summary of this project that it is dedicated in tourism is the main objective is this project to create an environment for talented development, creative skills, and intercultural dialogue among the young people. And in fact, this is the project about the young people, how they interact with each other, and being involved in culture. And this is the leading organization is Читалище Развитие. It's cultural, some kind of cultural institution unique for Bulgaria. So the activities in the project has developed methodology for selection of young people participant in creative camps, conducting 3 creative camps in music, creative writing and fine art, creative camps in Belgrade-Vidin for 30 Bulgarian and 30 Serbian youths. Also the same in municipality of Knjaževac. And so project results and outputs are to increase knowledge, skills and motivation for creative development of this 120 young people for the cross-border region. Created youth network for art environment and delivered musical instruments and sound system for the future joint initiatives. So let's talk about our tourist project with the municipality of Boljevac. The name is Protection and Attractive Presentation of the Natural and Cultural Heritage of the municipality of Belgrade-Vidin and Boljevac. It was a project that was in fact for the last program period, but implemented in last 2 years. So it's the budget of the project, it's around €500,000 euros, more than 80% of which provided by this fund, cross-border Bulgarian-Serbian program. The specific objective is to increase the tourist attraction of Magura Cave, Bulgaria. For the Serbian site is to establish a nature and tourist center in Rtan Mountain, Serbia, and create elements for the diversification, innovative presentation and promotion of tourists attraction in the Belgrade-Vidin Boljevac region. So in fact, what was developed in the Magura Cave in our municipality, it's one of 2 major touristic sites in Belgrade-Vidin municipality. It's provision of hologram equipment and interactive equipment, interactive display, interactive maps in multimedia for Magura Cave. So also to display, we'll be starting cave front, and we was in fact so installed in the Magura Cave. Project work, last project, we also part of these municipalities that will be involved in this project to preserve forest fires and to increase how the population is ready for reaction to floods and other natural disasters. It's will be this year maybe. So other future plans that are so important for us, and it's a part of cross-border interaction with Serbia, is creation of infrastructure of Salash border crossing Novo Kuritu, which is yet to build, we hope. Creating common cultural events and expanding the scope of existing QACs, such as cross-border festival Salash Novo Kuritu. Construction of cultural and tourist infrastructure in border settlements. From Bulgarian side, this is Rayanovci, Salash, Krachimir and Stakivci village, very close to the border. It is planned to create a museum dedicated to the Vidin Tabakov, a participant in Apollo program in his native house in the village of Stakivci. extension of Com-Eminent tourist route along the reach of Stara Planina, including the section from Vrška Čuka to Com Peak, in fact, that part that is in municipality of Belgrade, and improvement of infrastructure of connected routes. Also, we want to building a connected information infrastructure of the neighboring municipality in Serbia. Expect partners are the municipalities of Knjaževac, Bolevac, Zaječar, and we do not exclude other parts as well. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you. This was Mr. Tihomir Alexiev, who told us about the cross-border projects in Belgrade municipality. Now let us hear Mrs. Krasina Radomirska, expert on programs and projects in Čuprene municipality.
Thank you so much for this invitation and this opportunity to represent the municipality of Čuprene. Our municipality has developed one project. It was a bridge over the mountain, the modernization of local centers in the cross-border region of Čuprene region, Čuprene and Pirot. And the partners, our municipality of Čuprene was the lead organization, and the cultural center of Pirot was as a partner organization. The project objectives were to revitalize the cultural institutions in the municipality of Čuprene and the municipality of Pirot through repairs and new equipment of the community centers. First community center was in Gornji Lom, and the second community center was in the village of Čuprene, and also in the village of Pirot. It was cultural center. Our project objectives were to foster cultural exchange and cooperation between Čuprene municipality and Pirot Cultural Center through meetings, seminars, and participation in cultural events. The total project cost was 400,000 euros, and the duration was for 24 months. It starts in the 2013 year and it ends at 2015. The target audience was residents of Čuprene and Pirot municipalities, as well as guests and participants in the cultural events within the cross-border region. Also, we had another independent collectives that are working in the cultural centers. Most of them were representing the traditional dances and music in our regions. The direct results were renovated cultural institutions, the two community centers in Čuprene municipality and Pirot Cultural House, also improving access to community centers, installation of the heating and air conditioning system in the war salons. Also major renovation of the house in the basement and of the community center. The Hristo Botev Čuprene municipality center was using them for youth activities. The delivery and installation of inverter air conditioners were equipment with a wide range of devices for various cultural events, meetings, and also conferences. Other results were improved cultural and educational infrastructure of 1,000 square meters, sprawling built-up area in the municipality of Čuprene, and over 1,000 square meters of sprawling built-up area in the town of Pirot. We also had brochures advertising the renovated buildings and a colorful calendar for our cultural events, both of municipality of Čuprene and municipality of Pirot. We had increased cultural exchange between two cross-border municipalities. For our future plans, we want to develop. First, we aim to improve conditions for general cultural activities and creation for the development of tourist potential of this region. Second, we want to create better condition for strengthening the desire of the children, young people, and other people who are living in the municipalities, both of self-made collections and performances. We want to create a better quality of cultural life in the municipalities for our future partners and for cross-border projects. Also, I would like to invite you to our, we have a 3-day festival that is starting from today in our municipality. We have festival for culture and folklore. We had a Serbian singer as a part of this event. He will perform on Saturday, and we will have a lot of Serbian folklore groups, traditional dances and music. By this, I want to share that we have a deep appreciation of our Serbian songs and culture, and we truly admire. Being a border region, our close proximity has allowed us to develop a strong cultural connection. Our current collaboration with Serbian artists and cultural groups show us strong connections that we have developed. These interactions not only enrich our cultural landscape, but also pave the way for our deeper cooperation in the future. Looking ahead, our primary aim is to develop more cross-border projects that will develop the quality of life and bring investments to the people that are living in rural areas. We believe that working together in our cultural, also educational, and economic initiatives, we can create a better future for our communities. Our plans also include joining cultural programs like expanding the cultural festivals and events to include more diverse performances and workshops, from both sides of the border. Also collaborating with educational institutions to offer joint programs and workshops that promote lifelong learning and cultural awareness. Our aim is to develop tourism, to partner with tourism boards to promote the cultural and natural attractions, both of our region of Čuprene and our partners from Serbia. And by focusing on these areas, we aim to create a sustainable growth and development for our rural areas to ensure the cultural and economical benefits of our projects that are long-lasting. We are committed to building a future where cultural exchange and cooperation lead to thriving and interconnected communities. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Radomirska. In our Trans-Border Conference is taking part also a representative of the Regional Information Center in Vidin. The center functions under a project implemented by the Vidin municipality and with the financial support of the Program for Technical Assistance. Now I'm giving the floor to Mrs. Mariela Savkova, head of the Regional Information Center, who has all the data about the implemented cross-border projects in the Vidin region during the last period. She could also tell us about the future and the priorities of the EU funding.
Thank you very much. Thank you to the organizers, the Bulgarian Telegraph Agency, for the organized event, and immediately I would like to greet our Serbian counterparts for their enthusiasm and active participation in this regional cooperation, which is very important and crucial for the long path that they have to pass through in order to enter the European Union. So this information that I prepared for the today's conference is ultra local, I would say, because the scope of the office that I represent actually includes the 11 municipalities part of the district of Vidin. So in the first part of the presentation that I prepared, I will make a quick view of the work that the office that I represent, and then I'll speak a bit more about the project's impact funded by Interreg and the instrument for pre-accession assistance, Bulgaria, Serbia. I'm outlining the EIP because actually this is an instrument very important to prepare the Serbia future inclusion in the European Union. So my office is part of the national network of the 27 regional information centers of Bulgaria. So we may start with the next slide. The network itself was built in 2012 as a result of very good cooperation between the central government and the 27 municipalities, which are centers of the districts in Bulgaria. The network itself has similar activities. It's a project-based model for financing and receives guidance from the Central Coordination Unit at the Council of Ministers and the Managing Authorities of European programs in Bulgaria. Also is guided with two of the directorates of the European Commission, the General Directorate Regio and Communications. This is the fifth project that extended the activities of our office till 2027. So this is the sixth multi-annual financial framework for Bulgaria. And the funding is coming from the program technical assistance. The objectives of our network is to raise awareness about the European Union first objective for socioeconomic and territorial cohesion and reducing regional inequalities with the support from the new generation of structural and cohesion funds of the European Union. The second is to provide easier access to information to local stakeholders and to guarantee fair, transparent and equal access to for the financial opportunities provided from the Union. Also to make the process of attracting investments in the regions more transparent and coherent. And I would like to open a bracket here that, and address the comments done by the young people from Vidin who said that actually they haven't seen much from the program, what means that we have to improve exactly the publicity of the project finance from the projects of the cross-border program. Also to make the regional cooperation really an instrument for intensifying the exchange of information and cooperation between the stakeholders from both sides of the border, because it can benefit more widely, I would say, and contribute to the well-being of the population. What are the key strategies that we use? This is the slide number 3. This is actually our very local innovation that we contributed to the overall picture of the impact that our network is having. Actually, we act as a one-stop shop of European funding. We also utilize various communication channels in order to reach wide audiences that are interested in our work. We conduct educational campaigns about the European policies and funds because it's very important wider community to be aware about the European funds objectives, because these funds have particular objectives which sometimes are underestimated, that they're not very clear. Because they're not ordinary funds. They have exactly the objective to reduce the disparities, socioeconomic disparities between the region and the European Union. And also we put a big significant emphasis on the maintaining feedback with our clients, because it's important to stay engaged and active, especially with the youths. So while I was preparing this presentation about the impact of the CBC program, I decided to bridge the first two, yes, we may go to the next slide, the first two programs since Bulgarian membership in the European Union. The first financial framework was from 2007 and 2013, where the local beneficiaries actually received more than 36 million euros. This was said by the Bulgarian representative that gave the opening speech in the beginning of the cohesion. The second period, 14-20, has the same similar financial framework, even though a bit lower, 34 million euros. But when we analyze the main projects that have been financed, we concluded that actually the impact of the program is mostly visible in the economic development, EA support for the tourism development. Second scope where we can conclude that the program has a good impact is the work with youth. And recently there's some good examples of projects that contribute to improving the access of health services, because these regions are really the most less developed regions in the European Union that I'm referring to. Some of the projects financed under the first and second financial framework are Legends as a tourism enforcing instrument in the region with lead partner Kula, Zajčar, Vidin. Then we have another project that was addressing the miracle caves. This is a very wealthy natural heritage that we have here. With lead partner from municipality of Dimovo and municipality of Majdanpek. The third project was aiming the development of cycling infrastructure, where Vidin municipality is very active in this regard, I would say, and also with their partner from Kняževac. Another project is for zones of growth, investment, promotion of brown and green zones in the Vidin of Zajčar and Bor regions with lead partner Vidin Chambers of Commerce and Regional Development Agency Eastern Serbia. Also a project stimulating organic farming, a good example of a project which is actually preserving also the local natural heritage, together with another project for beekeeping without borders. This project was also multiplied in its second edition. So as I said initially, most of the projects that received financial support from the program are actually aiming and encourage the economic development and the youth cooperation. So about the third program, let me say a few words about the third cross-border program, Serbia-Bulgaria, because it at the same time it can step on the lessons learned from the previous two programs and also capitalize and endorse new aspects and innovations. You may go on, please, on the next slide. I will not go into details on this slide because the Bulgarian representative already mentioned it about the priorities. Three priorities: competitive border region, then integrated development of border region, and a more resilient border region. With the budget, as he mentioned, 30.1600 euros. Then on the next slide, you may see once again, you know very well that the eligible applicants are all varieties of stakeholders, starting from the civil society, local regional authorities and national authorities, regional structures of central public authorities, non-governmental organizations, research and development associations, and academic and training institutions, social institutions, and small and medium-sized enterprises. This is the new moment for the program, because the businesses and startups were not eligible in the first programming period. So from the second multi-annual financial work, the SMEs gained access to the program, but now in the third program, even the startups in some of the activities can be eligible for funding. It's very important to outline that in the new programming period, these horizontal principles in the project has to be fulfilled, and particularly the 7 principles that belong to the chapter of fundamental rights. So every of the project proposals and candidates for EU funding have to fulfill at least one of these conditions. So these are affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation and infrastructure, reduced inequalities, very crucial, by the way, horizontal principle, also respected and promoted by the United Nations, responsible consumption and production, climate action, and life of land. The other principles are, especially for those that aim infrastructure, do not significant harm of the nature. The new European Bauhaus is a new concept of the and principle of the European, promoted by the European Union, which requires more applicants to align their projects' activities with the surrounding environment in order to provide a harmonious coexistence with nature, provide social inclusion and accessibility. Supported projects ideally should contribute to the regeneration of the environment and urban ecosystems. So it's a new principle that all applicants has to be aware and show in their application how it will be fulfilled. The final, but not less important, is the durability of the result principles, because most of the projects with EU funding has to prove that they are sustainable in terms of continuation of the activity after the funding is over and finished. So next slide, we have in next two slides, actually, I enclosed some experience from the lessons learned so far. As our Serbian colleague from the European Integration Ministry, who spoke about her long years of experience in the cooperation projects, it's the same with me. I mean, I've been involved in the cooperation project since 2000. So the best principle that works for the cooperation programs, including for the Serbian program or Romanian program or the program for cooperation with Turkey and Greece and North Macedonia, are the four C's principles of cooperation projects. So joint preparation, joint financing, joint implementation, and joint reporting. And here are some of the elements that can justify one project as an effective partnership. Partners usually have to want, this is number one, and can work as number two together. They can clearly understand the essence of the partnership, be willing to share resources and responsibilities, and to be competent and strong partners. So it's very important partners to know each other and have prior experience on soft activities like the one that the colleague from Ciuprene prior me mentioned, referring to their very rich cultural cooperation program they have with Serbia. So another on the next slide, it's a very good and very useful approach for the all applicants who want to how to say it, redefine or define the objectives of their project. Usually, I highly recommend the approach for the tree of goals, and you simply reformulate these three, the three of the goals based on the problems in the region, according to the guidance of the program. The problems that we have in the region is the significant socioeconomic and territorial disparities between the cities and regions, weak educational and innovation action, underdeveloped tourist infrastructure, lack of public services to handle natural hazards. It was mentioned before, by the way, limited preparedness for green transition, and underutilized potential for regional connectivity. This is something where really we need support here from the states, because we have two corridors passing in our territory. The first one is the water corridor from Rhine to Danube, and the second one is starting from London, passing through Budapest, Belgrade, Sofia, Plovdiv, Istanbul, and Calcutta. So the last and important slide is about the indicators. All European programs are measured by indicators. So this program also has its own defined indicators. So it's important every project proposal to be measurable with depending on the priority axis where it's financed. So here are just a few examples how to foresee the indicators for measuring of priority axis 1 projects or 2 or 3. So yeah, we always draw attention to the applicants about the indicators. So the really last slide is to thank again to the participants of this conference, and wish success to the further endeavors of every one of you. And yeah, if you have any proposals for work, we're here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Savkova. Now let us turn our attention to the representatives of the non-government sector. I'd like to introduce you Mrs. Ralica Slavcheva from the Association Vidin Fund Chitalișta. Please, Mrs. Slavcheva, you have the floor.
Thank you very much. In the period from 13th of September 2022 till 20th of September 2023, our organization, Association Vidin Fund Chitalișta, is a leading partner in partnership with Chitaliște Znanie Village of Kušava and Center for Intangible Cultural Heritage Roots, Zaječar, Serbia. We're implementing the project The Taste of Tradition, the intangible cultural heritage of Vidin and Bor for sustainable tourism. It was financed with a total budget of €179,065.41. The main purpose of this project was to raise the tourist attractiveness of the region and create sustainable tourist products based on local resources in the field of the intangible cultural heritage, authentic cuisine. Through the development of the culinary tourism, the project contributed to the transformation of the cross-border region into a common, attractive tourist destination, thus directly corresponded to Priority Axis 1, Specific Objective 1.2 of the program. The project increased the tourist attractiveness of the cross-border region and created attractive tourist products, which directly affected its interest and increase in tourism revenues. Study of traditional cuisine as part of the rich intangible heritage of the region, creating and promoting common tourism products, enhancing knowledge and skills, and motivating key figures for the development of culinary tourism contributed to higher tourist interest in the cross-border region and making an attractive and wanted destination. The developed tourism products added value to the existing ones by creating an opportunity for their expansion and diversification. All this contributed to stimulating the balanced and sustainable development of the Vidin-Bor-Zajcer cross-border region. In this way, the project contributed to the achievement of the main objective of the program. The project included the following activities. 1. Inventory of local tourism resource through joint research. 2. Joint development of the strategy for development of culinary tourism in the cross-border region, Vidin-Bor-Zajcer. 3. Training cycle in Serbia and in Bulgaria. 4. Organizing a festival of fish and fish salamura in the village of Kušava. And 5. Organizing a culinary competition in Serbia. The project also developed a tasteful guide as well as a movie and promotional videos. The target groups within the project were as follows: local cooks and restaurateurs preparing authentic cuisine, travel companies, tour operators, tour guides, and other key figures related to tourism development, tourists, cultural organization, and others concerned with the intangible heritage of the region, local authorities, and other public bodies involved in tourism, the citizens of Vidin, Zajcer, and Bor districts. The project succeeded in increasing the tourist attractiveness in the cross-border region and created attractive tourist products which directly influenced interest in it and led to an increase in tourism revenue. Читалище Съзнание Village of Kušava and Center for Intangible Cultural Heritage Route Zajcer acquired sound equipment that will continue to support their activities in the future. We intend to continue our joint work with our Serbian partner, Center for Intangible Cultural Heritage Route Zajcer, and in future we will prepare a project proposal. The project proposal will be a continuation of our research in the world of the unique intangible cultural heritage of the cross-border region of Vidin, Bor, and Zajcer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Lavcheva. Our meeting isn't over yet. Our last speaker will be Mrs. Sabrina Kolochova, manager of Europe Direct Vidin, part of an European network that promotes the debate about EU among the citizens. You have the floor, Mrs. Kolochova.
Thank you for inviting me here today. We've heard a lot of great stories and a lot of examples of implementing different kind of projects. Now I'm going to make a really short summary of a crucial role of Bulgaria-Serbia cooperation in the development of the Vidin region. And additionally, I would like to say a few words about the role of the Europe Direct Center in Vidin in communicating and promoting the benefits of funding opportunities by Interreg programs and other EU programs as well. So Interreg is a European Union programs designed to promote cooperation between regions across borders. It aims to tackle common challenges and find shared solutions in fields such as health, research and education, transport, environment, and sustainable development. The Interreg Bulgaria-Serbia program has played a crucial role in stimulating economic growth in the Vidin region. By providing funding for local projects, the program has created job opportunities and supported the growth of small and medium-sized enterprises. This has not only improved the economic landscape, but also enhanced the quality of life for many residents. One of the most notable impacts of the Interreg program is the strengthened ties between Vidin and neighboring regions in Serbia. Cross-border projects have fostered cultural exchange, mutual understanding, and social cohesion. Events, festivals, and joint initiatives have brought communities together, enriching the cultural fabric of our region. The program has supported numerous community-driven projects aimed at improving public services and social welfare. Initiatives in education, healthcare, social inclusion have addressed local needs and enhanced the well-being of residents. Also, environmental sustainability is a key focus of many Interreg projects. The program has also supported projects aimed at disaster prevention and management. These efforts are crucial for regions like Vidin that are prone to natural disaster, ensuring better preparedness and response capabilities. Some success stories from Vidin: project promoting cross-border tourism have boosted local economy by attracting visitors and fostering cultural exchange. Educational programs also has a big impact here in our region. And I would like to say that the Europe Direct also plays an important role in informing the local community about the opportunities and benefits of the Interreg programs. Through workshops, seminars, information sessions, the center ensures that citizens and local stakeholders are aware of available funding and collaboration possibilities. The center provides support and guidance to local entities looking to apply for Interreg funding, especially for newcomers, new organizations, less experienced ones. This includes assistance, consultation, in partnership building, navigating through the application process. Our services are free. Also, by organizing events and outreach activities, Europe Direct Center raises awareness about successful Interreg projects in the region. This not only highlights the positive impacts of the program, but also inspires further participations and involvement. Something about the future prospects in Vidin. Vidin will be one of the 2 places in Bulgaria chosen for implementation the campaign EU in my region. This is a communication initiative that aims to feature EU actions for the regions throughout Europe. The initiative assists partner regions in the creation of tailored materials and tools and provides promotional support to their communication efforts to engage with citizens and show what is made possible near them thanks to co-funding efforts between EU and their regions. And this is a lot has been done, but still need many efforts from both sides of the borders to achieve even greater results and develop our regions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Kalachova. With this last presentation, our conference dedicated to the cross-border cooperation program Bulgaria-Serbia ends. I'd like to think that we managed to make the EU cohesion policy better understood. Let's hope that the new and useful for the people initiatives will be born during the present programming period. We all wish the representatives of the local authorities and of the non-government sector to develop successful projects that will bring better quality of life and make the regions from both sides of the border between Bulgaria and Serbia a better place to live. This month, the Bulgarian News Agency will organize local conferences in Vratsa on 18th of June, in Montana on 24th, in Pleven on 25th, and in Lovech on 27th. This one, however, was the last of the cycle of trans-border conferences that took place also in Bucharest, Romania, Edirne, Turkey, Skopje, North Macedonia, Belgrade, Serbia, and Thessaloniki, Greece. Before I bid you farewell, I'd like to invite you to join an EU-wide consultation that will build the Interreg program's path forward. This survey will help the European Commission to shape the future cross-border programs in their better form. In a minute, you will see on your screens how you could participate in the survey. Let me thank again all the participants in our conference from Serbia and from Bulgaria. That was all from Vidin, but I believe that we will see each other soon again. Goodbye.